social media. How are we doing tonight? Another week is in the books and another Friday is here. On top of that, we got some baseball going on right now. The classic rivalry of the Yankees versus Red Sox. Now, before we get into today's episode, look, making money is a bitch and a half, all right? But hey, when you do the things you love, work is always going to be effortless. That's why I do a side hustle called Forex trading. It's like stock trading, but instead you're doing it with currency pairs like USD, Japanese yen, and all that other stuff. But look, if you don't know how to get into Forex trading, Google and YouTube are always free. They got some great tutorials on there. And before you get into Forex trading, you're going to need a broker. But be sure to click the link in the description of this video and click the tab that says Best Forex Broker. You're not going to want to regret it. All right, enough mumbo jumbo. Let's get into tonight's episode. Why? Because it's time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. And at the end of the day, you will know whose game this is. With everybody saying, no mercy sports. Let's get into it. Let me talk to you. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. And with me tonight, I got a special guest host. He is the host with the most from Sports Bible. Here he is, baby.
So go on, Pittsburgh, steal my girl, ring my heart, mess me up, hit me hard, gonna get back up, we both know the deal, you can break what's strong, as Pittsburgh Steel.
JT, my man, how you doing?
What's up, brother? I'll tell you what, if I listen to that song a million more times, I might start to like country, man. Might do it.
I know. I'm not even a big country fan myself. I'm like, damn, that slaps pretty hard.
I'll tell you what, Andrew Anderson does a good job singing that, man. I didn't think he had that voice. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, but hey, everybody's gonna be surprised every now and again.
Yeah, that's true, man. How you been, man?
Not much. Just enjoying a casual Friday. Well, lazy Friday, much like a lazy Sunday. Watching baseball. A show, if you haven't heard of, called Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Oh, my God. Lucky. Best job in the world, I swear.
Yep. We had actually one locally here in the south side of Pittsburgh. It got picked a couple of years ago. So it was one of the bars I used to go to. It was pretty cool. So it was cool to see the guys there. I wasn't there the day it happened, but it was cool that they visited one of the bars that I frequented. So pretty cool.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, hey, listen, we got a guy that is a regular on this show. He claims, I guess he had to go change his hat or something. But yeah, he claims to be the Hat King. He's a good friend of ours, Mr. Terry Walker. Like I said, I guess, never mind. Here he is. Mr. Terry, what is going on, my man?
What's going on?
Happy Friday. Loving the hat. Loving it. The turquoise, purple, and gold, man.
Diamondbacks, loving it.
Oh, yeah. Classic Diamondbacks look.
Got a streak of them to show later.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Looking forward to it. All right, but let's get into the show. Now, they say that football is a game of inches, but there's obviously the other three major sports fields would love to have a conversation with football. Why? Because we've seen in basketball a number of times that it's been a game of inches. I saw last night in the Stanley Cup Finals between the Panthers and Oilers that it was a game of inches in overtime. And obviously we have game of inches in baseball all the time with bunts, home runs, and wherever the ball lands, if it's hit out to left, right field, or if it's going to land on the foul line. But having said all that, would you agree that football is the only sport when it comes to being a game of inches?
No, man. I think baseball. I mean, like you said before, a lot of the hits, every pitch is a game of inches. I mean, you see the little box they have, where every pitch is within centimeters of being outside the box, inside the box. I would say baseball to me is baseball and football are the two most, but you find it in every sport, man. Hockey, basketball, anytime the ball goes out of bounds, the puck, and everything's a game of inches, man.
Oh yeah. No, I completely agree. And I mean, like we've known that we've always been told that football is always going to be a game of inches. But at the same time, it's like now that we've grown over the years, it's like it's time to put some respect on these other sports that say that we think aren't a game of inches. And it's like, yo, there's so many times there you can look back and just think of like how many times so many things have come close that it's just like that close.
Dude, I mean,
Just ask the Titans fans what 36 inches is.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys might not be old enough. I remember the Colts and Steelers back in the day when Jim Harbaugh threw the Hail Mary, and there wasn't replay back then, and it looked like the guy caught the ball in the end zone, but it bounced real. I mean, everything's a game of inches, man. I mean, baseball especially. You hit a line drive down the right field line. You're watching it live. You think it's fair, and you watch the replay. It literally misses that line by not even an inch. It's crazy.
Or it barely hits the line to stay fair too.
Yeah, I mean, it works both ways. But I mean, that's what makes sports great, man. I mean,
oh yeah,
hockey. I mean, you see a puck about to go over the goal line. You see the goalie the very last second knock the puck out. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the Stanley Cup game last night, and one of the Florida players had a chance to end it in overtime, but the puck bounced off the Oilers' glove and then would proceed to hit the top post of the goal. And I was like, it's like the air went out of that stadium because Panther fans thought that they were going to be going home, and they thought they had a goal.
I was watching it too, man. It's crazy game, and it's a good point. I mean, sports, any sport, if you look at it, bowling could be a game of inches. I mean, darts. I mean, basically every sport, golf especially. I mean, game of inches. You hit a ball 120 yards and it misses the hole by 3 inches. So it's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
You can even throw cricket in that mix.
Yeah, you definitely. There's really not a sport that doesn't have a game of inches. Darts. I mean,
yeah,
it might not be inches. It might be centimeters in darts. But I mean, how many times you playing darts against somebody and they're like, oh my gosh, look where that thing hit. It hits one dot over from the what you were looking at. So I mean, it's a good thing. But I mean, tennis is a game of inches. I mean, everything is a game of inches.
As good as I am at darts, it's definitely a game of inches for me.
Oh yeah,
centimeters.
But yeah, usually if you're only one dot off, though, what is that? That's not even. That's so close, man.
I mean, sometimes I miss the whole board, but
we've all done that.
Oh man. Well, I mean, we talked about baseball a lot being a game of inches, and speaking of baseball, the Detroit Tigers find themselves tied with the New York Mets for the best record in baseball. Now, maybe it's because the Tigers have been balling since the second half of the season last year because they're riding a serious wave of momentum just on that alone. Maybe AJ Hinch is just good at what he does. He's moving players around. Players are getting called up. We're seeing Chicago Cubs Javier Baez playing in center field right now when he was lighting it up between second and shortstop. But, I mean, it's like the classic Tootsie Pop commercial. The world may never know. Having said that, the Tigers are sitting comfortably atop the AL Central, not a care in the world. The only teams that are within shouting distance are the Royals and the Indians, who are 8 to 8.5 games back. But putting that aside, can the Tigers continue this kind of run as we head to the playoffs, or are they just going to have to unfortunately keep waiting?
I think they can win a division. That's not a problem. I think they're good enough to win a division. I think once you get past their first couple pitchers, though, they're not going to compete with like the Yankees,
Mm-hmm.
the better teams in the AL. Houston. I mean, they got the best. We have Paul Skeens here in Pittsburgh, and he gets all the hype, and maybe
Oh yeah.
maybe it's not that good, but Tarek Skubal is insane.
Mm-hmm.
He's under a 2 ERA. No one talks about him. The guy's unhittable. What makes Detroit special is they did a great job drafting. I mean, this is what the Pirates should have been doing. They picked up Cole Keith as a draft pick. They did not give up on Spencer Torkelson, which was a great move because he has 16 homers this year.
Yeah, it was more about like, hey, just get him some more reps. You know, he'll start to find a rhythm. Maybe in the offseason, he'll make little adjustments here and there. I mean, look what Pedro Armstrong is doing for the Chicago Cubs. The dude made one slight adjustment to his batting stance, and now he's being considered in the MVP talk.
Pirates play him all the time, of course. Pirates and Cubs. I'll tell you what, that kid's a baller, man. That's what you want your center fielder to be, hitting and fielding wise. So Cubs did well there. But I think Detroit can win their division. I think they can build off of this season and in the future, you know. I mean, it's gonna be hard to compete with. It's about baseball. I love baseball to death, but man, they're ruining the sport because.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they're doing a few key things that are like, you know what? I'm not really sitting right with that. But I mean, I do like the bigger bases. I do like that they included instant replay because there's been so many moments where we're just yelling, screaming at the top of our lungs, right in the face, just because of what the umpire said and everything. And it's like, you know what? I'm glad that we have instant replay because now we can see different angles. We can see just how close it was. And yeah, now the umpires can be held accountable.
And next year, I think they're going to go to I think they're talking about it. They're going to go to what they were doing in spring training with the tap your head if you want to ask. I think eventually you're going to have to do that. I know it's almost impossible. You watch a baller strike live or behind the catcher. We're talking like not even inches, man. These umpires they're outside the box and these hitters are so in tune now. They know. I mean, I watch the Pirates every game. Brian Reynolds is a good hitter, and the pitch could be literally like right outside that box, which is inches, and he knows it's a ball, and it's just crazy how these hitters are nowadays, man. It ain't like the old days where every umpire had their own strike zone, and Terry, you remember this? Like every umpire back in the day had their own strike zone, so you literally knew that okay, this guy's a high ball umpire, this guy's a low ball umpire, and you had to adjust. I mean, you had to come outside you had to go outside the zone to hit the ball. I mean, watch Vlad Guerrero, the father of Vlad Guerrero. He used to hit balls that were 7 inches outside and would hit the ball because he didn't trust the umpires.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I really do like that. You know, hopefully next season it does come around where you can like tap your head and challenge if it was a ball or strike. Because most of these umpires, the ball will be like tap dead center in the strike zone that we see on TV, and most umpires will call that a ball. But if it's about an inch and a half off of the strike zone, they call it a strike. And it's like, what? Are we just getting Angel Hernandez reincarnated?
Don't they? Okay, so if you look at tennis, when they always challenge that replay, they have the little, like the little virtual reality thing to show where the ball hit. They need to do that. Like I said, that same thing. I don't know if it was in college, a college game I saw where they were challenging it, and then they showed the thing and they overturned the call, or somewhere, like with the strike zone, because it was like a set strike zone. So they're giving the umps the chance to do it, but if the batter feels like they're not getting the call right, then go ahead and challenge it and kind of use that same technology that you see they're using in tennis currently.
I mean, it's crazy. They're eventually going to use it for bases too. Like, why have an umpire stand there and go out or safe? I'm sure they have something they can build. They will have that, like a guy hit the base right before the ball hit the glove. They'll have all that down. I think eventually, maybe in our lifetime, it's going to be in the next 20 years. I think there's not going to be umpires on the game. There's going to be maybe one guy there just to make sure there's no melees or whatever. But it's just basically going to be. And baseball is the only sport you could do that. Let's face it, because basketball and hockey, it's impossible to have a computer call fouls. It's impossible. I mean,
yeah, it is for sure.
You know, a trip in hockey in the first period in that playoff game ain't the same as a trip in the third period in a hockey game in the playoff.
Oh, hell no. Like, at some point, there's going to be a fight going on between one of those two trips. And, you know, obviously a robot ref isn't going to be able to stop that anytime soon.
And let's not be dumb either. I mean, refs are human beings in hockey. So if they call 2 penalties on Florida in the first period, guess what? They're going to try at some point to make up for it. I don't care what they say. No, we don't. But it's a human nature thing that you don't want to be responsible for giving one team 9 power plays while the other one gets 2. And that was the reason they lost the game. So it's funny. My buddies will text me during a Penguin game and be like, here it comes. We're going to get a penalty called on us any minute because we had 2 power plays. And boom, it happens, man. Like the simplest little thing, guy could step on someone's stick and fall and they'll call the penalty. But I like it though. I do like the human aspect and everything. I love baseball. I love baseball arguments. There's nothing better than a manager coming out and I'm gonna.
It's like, hey, go ahead, go get your money's worth. You know.
I love it. I love it, man. I love. You know, I mean, football drives me nuts sometimes. The pass interferences, it could get you. You could be
or even roughing the passer. It's like they're just hugging him, and then as the quarterback is going back, the player's momentum is coming with them. It's like, how do you stop that?
Oh yeah, the roughing the passers got to go, and then the holdings, another thing. I mean, I watch TJ Watt day in and day out. He gets yanked down probably 4 out of every 6 downs. He gets yanked down. He ain't gonna call it every time. It's impossible.
Yeah. On top of that, he's getting double teamed, even triple teamed because he's just like that strong and can get to the quarterback that fast too.
Yeah, I think Myles Garrett goes through. I think a lot of the big edge rushers go through that. They get held every play. You'll be watching the game and in your peripheral vision you'll see the lineman. Look, that's a hold, and they don't call it. You're like, man. So,
oh yeah, no, I mean,
you're a Diamondbacks fan, Terry. You from Arizona?
No, I'm originally from California.
D-backs got some badass hats, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so a couple things I'll show you though in regards to that, and then one for your Pirates.
Oh man, who is that?
Randy Johnson, the big unit.
I see it now. Randy Johnson.
Kurt
Schilling.
Yes, sir.
The bloody sock.
Mm-hmm. No, that was when he was on Boston.
Boston, yeah. Is that Roberto?
Nice.
That's nice, man.
Hell yeah. That is a hell of a collection right there.
Yeah. That's a lot of hockey nice. Over there.
That's a badass room, man.
Hell yeah.
That's the guest room.
Well, I know if I leave my wife, I know where I'm going, man.
That's going to be an expensive flight to Texas, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's true.
And James has pretty much got it reserved for 6 months to decide to leave El Paso. And there's one that's not sports related.
Ooh, Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Very nice.
Ring of Fire.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. But we're gonna stay in the American League for baseball right now, but we're gonna go to New York City because we got a Battle of New York going on. Now the Yankees have been off to a fast-paced start since the season began. And while it took the Mets a little while to get some traction under their feet and a little bit of time for Juan Soto to get his head out of his $765 million contract having ass, Mets are tied with the Tigers for best record in the league, and the Yankees are too far behind. If both teams continue playing like this after the All-Star break, are we looking at another Subway Series?
Hopefully it's better than the first one.
Yeah. I think there's a good chance, man. That Mets lineup is ridiculous. I mean, guys like Jeff McNeil are like role players. They all hit for average. Juan Soto's coming on. Pete Alonso is one of them guys that it's almost hard to hate the guy. I mean, he has 63 RBIs already, 63 ribbies in 70 games.
I mean, me being a Yankees fan, it is pretty easy to hate Pete Alonso because it's like, bro, you've competed in God knows how many home run derbies. You only had 20 home runs. Meanwhile, everybody else had damn near 30 to 40 home runs, and you couldn't even win.
But I'll tell you what, man. He's a baller, man. He's a guy that plays better defense than you'd expect from a big guy. I'm looking at the Mets pitching staff right now. I think that could be the one thing that might hold the Mets back. I know they're doing really well right now. Like Griffin Canning sort of came out of nowhere. So you don't know if that's going to keep up. That Senga is unbelievable. 147 ERA. That's like unheard of.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of which, rest up. I mean, it looked like, but it was still brutal nonetheless. So hopefully he's all right and makes a speedy recovery.
But to get back to your point, I think there's a really good chance. I mean, I can't see the. I mean, the Yankees are probably a 50% chance to get there, and then I think the National League is sort of up in the air this year. Really, if you think about it, I mean, I don't think the Dodgers are one of the better Dodger teams. They'll be there. Don't get me wrong. San Diego, I'm not sold on them. The Cubs would be a. If the Cubs make a couple moves during the deadline, man, they can make themselves real scary. The Pirate game right now with the Cubs is rain delay, but they're a team 1 or 2 players away from being real scary. The Cardinals are down this year again, so I think the Mets could the Mets or the Cubs could take the National League, man.
I think the big sleeper in NL right now I see is the Giants too.
I do like the Giants, and they seem to win every other year. It seems like they always have a bad year and come right back, man.
That's how they're good. They're really good, and they usually get a ring out of it. Then when they're bad, they're back of the pack.
I think it was a time when Bochy was getting I think it was odd years, they were winning World Series or something like that. It was crazy for a while there, but baseball's it's wide open. I mean, I know that I hate the salaries involved and teams are way ahead, but you're seeing some teams competing, man. Like teams that aren't, Detroit's not a huge payroll. You're seeing teams starting to draft well. I mean, the draft's where you got to do it, man. Got to get your picks. Got to get your players. Your players got to have progression. Like it's one thing with the Pirates, man. Their hitters never progress. They don't progress. Like Nick Gonzalez. We have all these number 1 picks. I know Cruz was a free agent pickup, whatever, that minor league free agent, whatever. But I mean, the hitters never get better in Pittsburgh. So it's teams like Detroit and Chicago seem to bring these young guys in. They hit, and that's how you win games, man.
I agree with you on that one. Go start with the draft, but you also have to dump some money in those farm systems.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Because it seems like some of these farm teams, their part can compete better than some of the pro teams. That's just how deep the team rolls.
No, I agree with you, man. I think the Pirates AAA team right now might be more talented than the Pirates roster. Like honestly, the players on their AAA and AA team, if you mix them together, I think that's the future players. I mean, some of the guys on the Pirates this year shouldn't be major league players, and I that's the part that irks me as a fan. And teams like Oakland, you see it too. Like there's some players on their team, they should be on a major league roster, man. They shouldn't even be on a AAA roster.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, look, O'Neal Cruz being on the team, I completely get. I mean, he looks like he could be very valuable to the team. When I was watching the Cubs game earlier today, I think they said they had a catcher behind the plate who was the first overall pick that the Pirates picked up in the draft, with the same way that Paul Skeens was picked up number 1 overall. And I'm
Henry Davis.
Davis. That was it. That was it.
And he still hasn't really found himself yet, man. He's like a 190 hitter. Pirates just have a bad, and you're right, Terry. You need to get a good minor league system, but you need the good instructors. You need the guys that'll take a young player and build on them, and not just let them sit down there and rot away, and then bring them up to the majors and they don't learn anything. So teams that can do that, the Dodgers always have these young guys that pop up out of nowhere. Red Sox, look at the Red Sox. They just called up three players in the last 2 or 3 weeks that are phenomenal. That Anthony's going to be a stud.
Oh yeah, I mean, Jaron Durant is already showing what
Oh.
what kind of stud he is, and I'm a Yankees fan. I'm like, you know what? You got to give this dude props where it's due.
They got a lot of good young talent, man. And so does
He's on my
Yankees,
fantasy
man.
baseball team too, along with Alonso.
You got to be doing pretty good then, man.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I started out rough, and then I started making some key acquisitions on the waiver wire. And because usually I look at the average points they're getting and then their position rank. And a lot of my guys, with the exception of some pitching, but I've already made those adjustments, it's like every one of my players is pretty much within the top 20 of their respective positions on my whole roster. So
what's your league? 12, 14, 16? How many?
it's 12. So it's two 6 division teams, or 6-team divisions.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the first 3 weeks their standings goes as you win a game, and if you have the top 6 and the most points, you get an extra point. So 2 points are up for grabs every week. So I started out 0-6, and then I finally won one, but I didn't get the amount of points. So I started making those adjustments. Now I'm 2 games out of first place because I just started surging on.
Damn.
That's what you got to do, man. Hey, where are you guys at? So you're in Texas. Where are you at right now, James?
I'm in Texas as well, but
you're
I'm in
both in
the
Texas.
El Paso area. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like I could literally throw a football to New Mexico right now.
Where is I was 4 years old. I remember this. I remember this trip too. My parents took me on vacation. Galveston. I went to Galveston. Is that far from you guys?
Yeah.
I'd have to check. Honestly.
I know it was like near the
Galveston
ocean.
is over there by Houston, James. Like,
is it
right off the coast? So if it's far from me, I know it's even further for you because I think I'm closer to there. But I'm still like 6-7 hours from there.
Oh yeah. No, that's definitely far. I just looked on Google Maps where it was. I'm like, that's pretty far.
That was a beautiful trip. I remember little bits and pieces of 4-year-old, but I just remember the beach, the beaches, and there was a big flood when we were there. Big flood, like water came and just. I remember being scared as a 4-year-old because all the streets were flooded and everything. So it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's like 2 or 3 streets because it's almost like a little island off the mainland. There's a little bridge you take there.
Kind of like Jersey Shore.
Yeah, but better. But well, I've never been to Jersey Shore, but I've been to Galveston once, and like I said, that's one of the things I would freak out if I saw a hurricane coming because all the houses are basically on pillars to keep from getting wiped out. I'm like, man, they must have got them built just the right height to not.
Plus, hopefully, there's enough structure for those pillars to stand if a hurricane were to come through.
No, that had to be 1979 or 1978. That's how long ago it was, man.
I will say the beach sucks though, because it's like the sand is like walking on concrete. You can't even enjoy it.
I can't remember. I just remember being 4 years old and seeing water coming up to the car, and while we were driving, thinking that we're gonna get washed away in the car. That's all I remember.
Oh man, that's fucking great. Honestly, I can't wait to go back to Chicago and like actually be around water, see grass, because there's nothing out here but sand, dirt, and rocks. And the sun is like that one level in Mario, and it's trying to kill you.
What's the temperature there today?
Last I saw, it was gonna be about 100 today.
Really?
Yep, and it's currently 98 degrees. Not the boy band.
We were 90.
Just one night.
we were like 89, 90 today. It was unbearable. For Pittsburgh, that's pretty good though. But
we're about 92, 93, but it's like at a high level of humidity today. It's like unheard of because I'm closer to James than I am going to Galveston.
Yeah.
And usually there's not humidity in West Texas, not this bad. And it almost feels like Houston came over here and took a crap on us.
James, where are you from originally? You from Chicago originally?
No, I lived in Chicago for 15 years, but originally I'm from New Jersey. I grew up about 20 miles outside of Manhattan, New York.
Man, you've been everywhere, man. Jeez.
Yeah, my stepdad worked for a pharmaceutical company called prefaced it, and at one point there was just so many times we were moving around like every year and a half.
Man, I've been in Pittsburgh 51 years, man. Never left here at all. I've been in the same like area of Pittsburgh too. I'm like literally 5 minutes from Acro Shore Hines. I still like to call it Hines Field, but from the football field, from PNC. So I have no.
I do want to visit Pittsburgh, though. I do want to see a Pirates game just to
Everybody
knock it off my list.
Everybody got to see one Pirate game here, man. I'm not just saying this. Our team sucks, but it's the most beautiful. It's the most beautiful feeling being at a night game, watching the city all light up. It's cool, pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, hell, especially a day game too, just because you see the bridge, especially in the city skyline right behind it. Like, I'd go just to stay. I went, and also for the what you get in center field as well.
Plus, you can come in and get one of them permane sandwiches, man, with coleslaw, French fries on the sandwich.
I've seen those on Man vs. Food. I'm like, damn it, I want to try those.
Dude, there's like permanes. It's like permanes around here is like 7-Elevens for everybody else. There's one in every corner here, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
I got to pick up a bunch of Yingling, too, and bring it back over here. Stuff they don't have over here, so...
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, so my wife and I are currently in the midst of moving back to Chicago. I'm only back here in Texas just to hold down the fort and everything like that because she just recently got a new nursing job up in Illinois. So probably sometime soon going to be packing it up and driving back up to Illinois to our new place.
That's cool, man. Congrats.
Hell yeah.
Good.
So, but back to baseball because right now man, what I saw today from the Cubs and the Pirates, that was a straight up pitcher's duel. Like that, like I'm just like, yo, can we get some runs scored in? That's a hat that I definitely want to get. Can we get some runs scored in? Not this 2-1 bullshit. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a good pitching game every now and again, but at the same time, it's like with all the scores that we've been seeing in baseball, they've been damn near football scores. In any case, right now, everybody wants to keep questioning the Cubs pitching. And it's like, yo, if the Cubs pitching really sucked that bad, they wouldn't be in first place in the NL Central. And I'll tell you that right now. But in any case, are the Cubs a dark horse in the NL? And could they find themselves back in another World Series if they continue playing like this?
I think so. I think, like I said before, I think the National League is more wide open this year than I think there's a lot. I think there's several good teams, but there's not one I think that's like balls to the wall, like they're going to beat everybody kind of thing. I don't think the Dodgers are that team this year like they have been in the past. I think the Cubs need maybe one or two players during the deadline, which they have the money to do it. I mean, the Cubs have reduced their payroll significantly over the last like 5-6 years, and they got the money to add to it again. So.
Yeah, and I mean, they like how the hell they were able to bring in Kyle Tucker is just wow. Like that dude is looking for a contract, but damn it, he's playing like he deserves that contract. And then you got PCA in center field. Everybody in the infield is just doing a phenomenal job right now. They recently called up one of their AAA players, I believe, Reese McGuire, who's a catcher and can take some edge off of Casey Kelly. And yeah, I mean, I completely agree. The National League is wide open. It's anybody's ball game. Somebody just needs to start playing the right baseball at the right time after the All-Star break.
I agree, man. I agree 100%. I think one team gets hot. I mean, if I had to rank them right now, I think the best team right now is the Mets, and I hate to say that because I'm not a Mets fan by no means, but I think they're the team that if they go out and somehow get a stud starting pitcher, it could be over.
Because right now their offense is the only thing that's really carrying them right now.
Yeah, they're getting some good like Tyler McGill, a couple of them guys, but them guys, I wouldn't trust them if they go out there and get like a. I'm just gonna throw a name out there, like a Chris Sale or something like a stud number one that comes in there and just can mow people down. I think their lineup is set. Their lineup might be the best in the National League. So I think that I think Cubs, Dodgers, and Mets are the 3 teams, but I like Terry says, I like the Giants, and I never
Mhm.
count the Padres out either because they have a ton of talent in that lineup.
I do all the time. I'm just going off their track record. They always seem to choke in the end, just like the Tampa Bay Rays in the World Series.
I mean, hey, that was still one hell of a World Series, regardless. Like, because one thing we got from that was Brett Phillips hit, because he really said in an interview that as soon as the pitch was thrown, he just closed his eyes, swung his bat, and next thing you know, he's like, "Oh, I made contact." Like, that's how you get your moment. You just close your eyes and you just hit the ball.
Shoot for the stars.
Yep. I'll tell you what, too, your Cubby's got a local boy. He grew up. He's younger than me, of course. I didn't play against him, but Ian Happ's a Pittsburgh boy, and
okay.
You got a nice lineup, man. Like Suzuki's putting up huge numbers this year. He's an all-star. He's putting up huge numbers. Kyle Tucker. You literally got you got 6 guys already over. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5 guys over 10 homers already. Which is phenomenal this time of year.
It is really crazy, and right now, like, my front runner for send him to the All-Star game and send him now is definitely PCA. Just the way that he's been playing, it's like he's been playing lights out both on both sides of the field.
He's almost a 2020 guy already. At 69 games, he has 18 bombs, 22 stolen bases, hitting 271. I mean, the guy, I can see why he's getting mentioned as a MVP candidate because he should be. And then don't count Suzuki out. He's having a huge year too, man. He's right behind him in all the stats. You know, 2 points behind him batting, 1 homer less. I mean, Cubs are built nice, man. They did a good job of rebuilding this team.
Oh, yeah. No, they for sure did. I mean, I can't wait to see what happens in the second half. But the one thing I'm definitely looking forward to coming up real soon is the All-Star break and who's going to be in the home run derby or, you know, how the AL versus NL game is going to go. Like, it's just going to be a total blast once the All-Star game comes and then we just go right into the second half.
That's the only good All-Star game left, too, is baseball, because the other sports just screwed theirs all up. So
did they ever? All right, but we will be right back. We're going to take our first commercial break. We got some softball to talk about, along with a few other things. We will be right back in just a minute.
The one you love to hate, Andrew Anderson, spitting truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast, like a punch right to your face. College sports villain, taking it over the place. I bring the facts whether you like it or not, dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain, well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome back. If side note, you can catch Villains the podcast every Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a lot of fun. We have a great time on that show. We always do a pick one, eliminate one, go over some college football schedules. It is a great time. You're not going to want to miss it.
Thanks
Uh,
for the love.
hell yeah.
Yogurt, baby. Yogurt.
But right now, let's move on
Diamondback.
and talk some softball as the Texas Longhorns are the Women's College World Series champions. And what a series it was, the fact that it went all 3 games between them and Texas Tech. I mean, the series was so good that Pat Mahomes himself had to come out and make an appearance as well. Now, would you consider this a good series? And would Jesus, I forgot what else I was going to ask. Were you glad that Texas, or even if it had been Texas Tech, won the World Series instead of, over the last 4 or 5 years, it's Oklahoma?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna
got
lie.
tired of seeing it.
I didn't watch really any of it, but I read about it and it was a nice story. I think it was their first one in 28 years or something like that. I mean, I have so much stock in these 4 sports and doing the drafts and stuff that I admit that I didn't. I love softball. Don't get me wrong. Girls softball is amazing. If anybody ever went up against a good softball pitcher, and I have, like, kidding around, I had a girl when I was playing high school baseball. She was she went to Michigan, Kelly Kovac, and I got in the batter's box all cocky, and she said, "Hey, let me pitch. I'll pitch at my distance to you." And I'll tell you what, man, scary as shit. That softball coming in, like, it feels like it's 90 miles an hour from a quick bait. I couldn't touch it, man. Give me the baseball player throwing 90 farther back, and it's smaller ball. That softball hits you, it ain't gonna feel good. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And that thing is big as hell too, because I'm always like, how do you miss that thing? It's like that big.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Nah, my wife and I will always have the same argument because she's like, "Oh, softball players have a harder time hitting football than baseball players do." Like, granted, baseball mounds are 60 feet away. At the same time, like the kind of pitches that these baseball pitchers have, and don't get me wrong, softball pitchers have their versatility as well. But it's more like she showed me a video. I want to say this softball Olympian striking out Albert Pujols. I'm like, all right, well, let's see what she would be able to do on a baseball mound with the same ball, throwing the same pitches.
Oh, she would have got crushed.
Oh, yeah, 9 times out of 10, that ball is going yard.
It's just an unnatural. I mean, for girls that can learn how to pitch, it's hard. I mean, it's an unnatural thing for your body to do. I mean, even you watch a softball game, like the fields are smaller, everything's smaller, but like you hit a ground. I remember a lefty in softball hits a grounder to third or short. They're right on top of first base. You got to make a play and get it over to first base. There's no bobbling, no nothing. I mean, baseball players have got the chance to set themselves, take a step, throw it. Softball players don't got that, man.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
I would tear every ligament in my shoulder trying to throw the way those girls do. I think
Oh my
after
God.
3 innings, I need Tommy John surgery to.
Dude, they use their legs.
You'd probably
and
be
arms
one of
all
those
use.
arm casts for arm slings for like the rest of your life too.
Like Rookie of the Year. Like this.
It's a crazy thing what they do, man.
It really is. But yeah, I mean, the series was absolutely crazy. Now we got the Men's College World Series coming up. Sure to be a good one. And pretty soon after that, I think we got the MLB Combine, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the draft will be. They got moved back a little bit. I think it's July now. It used to be in June, but that's coming up. This is my busy time of the year, boys, because we got NHL, NBA, MLB are all getting ready to go, and that's after coming off of doing about 800 prospects for football all year long. So there's no doubt. My only downtime is after the baseball draft. I'll have a couple of weeks to settle down, and then I'll go into the NFL guys and all year long. And this year's a year to quarterbacks, of course, so it'll be interesting how that works.
Oh yeah, for sure. College football is definitely going to be fun to watch, and obviously the main guy to go after is obviously going to be Arch Manning.
I'm not going to give Andrew props, but I think Lenora Sellers is going to give him a run for the money if he has the kind of season he could have. I'm being honest. And plus,
Yeah,
Arch Manning, he still has 2 years of eligibility left. That kid, there's got to be a team that he wants to go to because he's not gonna come out. His
yeah.
NIL money, them NIL monies, man. Why would a kid come out? If you're giving me $8 million to go to class, not even go to class, just party in school, play football, why go to pros, man? Unless you know you want the team that you want to go to. So
Well, hey, as long as Arch fulfills the Manning prophecy and goes to the Giants, I'm happy.
yeah.
But we already got our weird little dude from Ole Miss, and obviously we all know how the last quarterback we had from Ole Miss turned out.
That's who I wanted Pittsburgh to take was Jackson Dart. I like Jackson Dart.
Oh yeah, no, oh my God, he would have fit Pittsburgh to the fucking T.
Yeah, we get Will Howard in the 6th round. Everybody's like, oh, and then we got Aaron Rodgers. And it's always drama in Pittsburgh, man. It drives me insane. Insanity.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What really bugs me is still Joy Taylor going off, and it's like the dude hasn't signed with the team, and it was like about a month later. Congratulations, Joy Taylor. Now you can shut the hell up.
It's true, man.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Giants with the 2 veteran guys with ahead of Dart? Do you like that? I mean, they got Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little against it at first, mostly because of Jameis Winston's history for like being like the first guy to have a 30 for 30 season.
Yes.
That's exciting. I wanted Pittsburgh to get him towards the end. We didn't have a quarterback. I'm like, just get Winston because at the time we had Pickens and Metcalf. I'm like, don't get their yards. Don't get their touchdowns.
Hell yeah.
He'll throw 30. We'll lose like 35-31. He'll throw 4 interceptions, but hey, it'll be fun football to watch for once instead of that Steeler football 17-13 games that you're used to seeing.
That year that Jameis was coming out to the draft, and after I saw his performance, that was the first year that the college football playoffs started with 4 teams.
That's
right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that game against Oregon and how he was kind of like just buckling under pressure. It wasn't the FSU guy we saw the year before or whatever when they beat Auburn. And like a lot of people hated me for it, saying it like when we had the number 1 pick, because I'm a Tampa fan, by the way, because Mike Allstott.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love the Allstott, man.
I wanted the Buccaneers to trade away the number 1 pick and get a bunch of picks because I did not care for Winston or Mariota. And somebody would have bid on it.
You were smart,
if they would have done it.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely would have. And what's really crazy is the Bucs have had guys like Mike Glennon and other real who the fuck is this? And Mike Evans is still going to go out there and somehow get a 1,000-yard season.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Glennon. Holy crap, man! You're bringing up some names.
We had Mike Glennon. We had
Chris Sims,
McCown.
Man.
I think Chris Sims was gone by that time, though. But Fitzmagic.
Hey, honestly, I think Fitzmagic was a good fit.
I think so too. I think Baker Mayfield was a great pickup, man. Like honestly, everybody's putting him down, and Baker Mayfield was
he revitalized his career. I think
he did. Yeah, I mean, even Gronk was like, "Yo, this kid." Once he got his contract, everybody, you think once you get your contract, you're going to go out for a little while, party, live it up because you just signed all this money. Baker Mayfield, no, he was on the practice field the next day, ready to go. Like, oh my God, we're about to get Oklahoma Baker Mayfield now.
He's a tough kid, man. Tough.
Yeah.
Tough as nails. That's
Being
why I
able
like him.
to pull off Nick Bosa and get a pass off was crazy.
Oh, when he stiff arm Bosa?
Yeah. I'm like, there was
on 4th and 5 of all things.
I'm like, did I just see what I think I just saw?
Or when he trucked over, what's his name? Wagner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. one thing's for sure, it's definitely going to be a fun year this year for football.
Oh,
But
definitely.
whether it's college or NFL, it's still going to be fun nonetheless.
Yeah, I just don't want football to get here too fast. 'Cause that means the summer just sped by. That's why I always tell people like the whatchamacallits are out now. Like here's the like the athlon, college football and the pro. All the magazines are out now. So that's basically right around. It seems like it's gonna be right around the corner, man. It's just gonna come fast.
Jesus.
So
Well, one thing that is unfortunately coming to an end is the NBA. I gotta say, wow! After Game 3, I'm pretty convinced that Indiana might take the series and win their first championship because they had SGA on lockdown last night. Their bench was coming up big time, making some really key plays, big stops, scoring key points, and everything like that. And man, in the end, that of just OKC didn't know what the hell to do. But right now, the Pacers find themselves up 2-1, and if they continue playing the same way they played in Game 3, are they getting their first championship in franchise history?
I think they can, man. It really hurts me because I'm a Sacramento Kings fan,
Mm-hmm.
and we had Halliburton, and we didn't use him the right way. We had him behind, of course, De'Aaron Fox at the time, which he's not there now.
Yep.
We did get Sabonis in the trade, which I like Sabonis, but I think that they, like you just talked about, their defenders like Nemhart, them guys just play nonstop, unreal defense, and I don't think Oklahoma City's one of them teams that, besides SGA, what else do they really? They have a couple. I mean, I like the big guy Holmgren and that, but I mean, what do they really got? I mean, they're not one of them teams that I can't. If they lose, they lose. I mean, I can't. Not like they're beating the not like they're beating Golden State or the Lakers, all these superstars or anything. So I mean, I think Indiana can do it, man. I think that the game one victory is still hurting Oklahoma City because that was 15 points with what 3 minutes left or whatever, and they blew it. So I
Oh,
think
yeah, for sure.
that's just gonna hurt them. But I think they can, man. I think Indiana can do it.
Yeah, I honestly think they could as well. And, I mean, it's not all bad. Yeah, you got DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I mean,
kind of a silver lining, but yeah, I mean, their history does speak for itself, though.
Sacramento. Yeah, we don't know how to hold on to players. I mean, we had DeMarcus Cousins, got rid of him, but before he was like a superstar. We got rid of I think De'Aaron Fox in San Antonio. San Antonio is gonna be the next team that wins a championship a couple years in a row now.
Oh yeah,
they're just set up with Victor Wembanyama and
yeah.
De'Aaron
Yeah,
Fox.
they found their guy with Victor Wembanyama, and I mean, if they're able to find the right guys, which history has shown they have been able to, they got the big three: Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker. So they'll probably find somebody in the draft that they're like, you know what, like this guy, let's put him around Victor.
It'll be interesting with Popovich either. So they got to see, how they work things without Popovich being behind the bench this year.
Who'd they hire now?
That's a good question, actually.
I don't think it was announced.
You might be right. I think it might be one of them deals where they're still
they're in search of right now.
Yeah.
Let's see, Coach. It's a good Mitch Johnson.
Yeah.
Mitch Johnson.
Oh.
He's only 38 years old, so he's like a real young coach. And
oh yeah, that's gonna fit well with the young roster that they have.
I think he was if I ain't mistaken, now that I heard the name, I think he was an assistant for San Antonio for years, so he's basically probably gonna come in and just keep it going what they were doing.
Oh yeah, I mean Popovich had a system, and obviously it worked because it won him 5 championships. So I think he's more so just going to be like, "Hey, we're still going to run the same thing Pop did, but we're going to add a little bit of flair. Don't worry."
Yeah, I mean they're in the West. The West is that's a tough conference, man. I mean,
it really is. I mean,
you've heard it from me before. I know JT hasn't, but as a Laker fan, I'd still say I like Greg Popovich better than Phil Jackson.
I
But
actually agree with that. I think he was an underrated head coach, man. Honest to God, I know he won championships but I just think he was an underrated coach, man. He took guys like Tony Parker, made them stars, and don't get me wrong, they were good players, but I mean, he never really had. I mean, even like the stars that he had, they weren't like dominant, like flair guys like LeBron or Kobe kind of guys. They were guys that you had to play.
I'd say Duncan was though.
He was, but he wasn't.
He was easily top 5 for me.
But
he was up there, but he was the one dude that was constantly flying under the radar.
Yeah, like him and David Robinson. They always had guys that were like. Don't get me wrong, Tim Duncan's a Hall of Famer. I ain't saying that, but he wasn't like a flair guy. He was a guy that just played systemly well. He would post up when he had to. He was just, he wasn't like a dominant guy that would just go over and dunk on you or like a Shaq or whatever he did. But I mean, he just was a very good player. Him and Parker worked so well together, man. It was
that's fucking bank shot, man.
But then again, you don't really need to dunk, right? It's just having that killer instinct.
Mm-hmm. He just worked with fundamentals, and
he just never had that. I guess maybe because San Antonio never had a guy with flair. Like they don't need a guy with flair. Like a guy that's just like, even like SGA, he has flair. I mean, just guys out there make it like Steph Curry. I mean, Steph Curry's more about look what I can do. Shoot a 800-foot shot, turn around, and look at the crowd. Kind of thing. San Antonio. I don't think Greg Popovich wants guys like. I think Pop always wanted to have the guys that just like, hey, this is what I want you to do. Mm-hmm. Tim Duncan was amazing. I mean, he could be the most underrated superstar, like you said, flying underrated. Maybe the most underrated superstar of our lifetime. I mean, he just.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Because like you said, top 5, Terry. I bet you a lot of people wouldn't put him in the top 5 because they just don't even remember him. Even though I mean they should though, but I mean
that or they were just born in like from 1997 on.
Makes me feel old, man.
Yep. Hey, trust me, I'm 35, and I'm like, man, those Spurs team were so slept on. Because it's like, hey, let's test our basketball knowledge. Let's go all the way back to when the Bulls started their first three-peat, and it was like 1997. Fuck, who won that year? Oh, the Spurs. Then 2003, 2005, 2007, 2014. I'm like, sometimes I'll just be drawing blanks. I'm like, fuck, that's right.
Was it 97 or was it 99?
It might have been 99. Yeah, 99.
I think that's when they beat the Knicks.
Yeah, you might be right.
97, I think, was the second half of the Bulls three-peat.
Yeah. Yeah, you might be right on that one. Because that was when they had David Robertson.
And I think that was Duncan's rookie year, if I'm not mistaken, either.
Mm-hmm.
Because they called them the Twin Towers then.
Yeah, Robinson and Duncan and
Robert Horry was off the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so hard for me to see a guy like Robinson that used to be in the Navy. Yep. I'm like, bro, you're fucking a skyscraper. Ain't no way in hell you were in the military. But they call him the Big Admiral for a reason.
They had to put him in his crow's nest to watch out because you couldn't fit down below deck.
He was a good one too, man. They play these. They had these two centers, like you said, Twin Towers back then. And I mean that reminds me of what Akeem Olajuwon and Ralph Sampson, right back in they're the original ones, right? Sampson and Olajuwon back in the day with the Rockets, Houston Rockets. How old are you, Terry?
41.
So you're 10 years younger than me. I'm an old guy, man. 51.
Yeah, your facial hair doesn't say you look old, though.
What's that?
I said your facial hair doesn't say you look old.
That's called a diet, man. My hair is great.
Ah, okay.
Well, I'm a grandfather. I have a 4-year-old granddaughter.
God damn.
If we're going to go off something close to the original Twin Towers, or you'd have to throw in Kareem and probably James Worthy or Kareem and Kurt Rambis, too.
Yeah, I mean,
for the Showtime Lakers.
I'm 10 years older than you, so I grew up with like the Bird Magic, like at the pinnacle, like the pinnacle of it.
Yeah, back when NBA was re-put on the map because it was like, holy shit, we have these two guys that can ball out. They're flashy. One loves to be in the spotlight and just talk nonstop because he's just a very social guy. The other dude just is a silent talker, but is a lethal killer at the same time.
Larry Bird stories are the best stories. If you ever listen to these NBA players, they'll talk about, like, they had Dominique Wilkins, and he goes, "We were beating the Celtics by 2 points with 3 seconds to go. They call timeout. Larry Bird comes out of the huddle and goes, "Hey Dominique, I'm gonna wrap around a screen. I'm gonna catch the ball and I'm gonna shoot it from right here, right in the spot." And Dominique's like, "Oh, okay, whatever." Bird ran that play, shot the ball, turned to Dominic and goes, "I told you to play and you didn't stop me." Like that's the way he was, man. He was, and then you had the Pistons back then with Isaiah and Lambeer. I mean, there was just NBA was amazing back then, man. It was Dominique in Atlanta, and there was just so much talent in the league. It was fun. I mean, I think that the league's sort of getting that way, but I still don't like the come down, shoot a three, come down, shoot a three.
Basically, I mean, like, freaking Adam Silver had to come up with the NBA Cup just to still compete with the, like, bro, you're in the baby stage of the NBA. You know, it's only a matter of time before football is going to be over, and then obviously you can reclaim the spot. That fucking NBA Cup is a ginormous waste of time.
Yeah,
I hate that, and I hate everything about the NBA. What they do, that play-in game at the end of the year, just 1 through 8, man, make it. I hate that. Hate that. It's horrible.
Yeah, and it's like if teams and players don't like it, then hey, you should have played better.
That's what I say.
Because obviously the saddest thing is that the Defensive Player of the Year award is being passed out like it's nothing, and MVP is just like, oh, hey, here you go.
Yeah,
what?
There's
Heisman turned into that too, unfortunately.
Yeah, should have gotten to Genty that year, last year though.
Yeah.
So,
dude, you know, sometimes you look at your phone and you see like a headline or. Listen to this. This is on my phone right now. Prince William's friend dies after swallowing a bee at Windsor polo match. Like it literally came up from People magazine. It came up and says that King William or Prince William's friend died from swallowing a bee at a match today.
oh my god,
unbelievable, man. I guess when it's your time, it's your time. They say that, man.
But what a way to go! My God.
I know.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm allergic to bees too. That'd be the way I'd go. I'd swallow one. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're done, man. You're gone."
Yeah, no, for sure. But hey, are you guys WWE fans by chance?
I used to be.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So the crazy thing is, R-Truth is back, and man, was his return crazy. Because leading up to Money in the Bank, it was announced that R-Truth was released from WWE. And man, did the fans let Triple H have it, because they always enjoyed him no matter what, whether it was his on-screen presence, his microphone work, or just getting wrestlers to crack in general. But fast forward to the main event in Money in the Bank, and it's John Cena and Logan Paul versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. John Cena. So John Cena just gets done blasting Rhodes with the WWE Championship. All of a sudden, Cena gets attacked by a mysterious guy. Turns out that mystery person was none other than R-Truth, and the crowd went ballistic. So, obviously, I guess it would be safe to assume that Triple H had enough of the backlash for letting R-Truth go, because when he came on Monday Night Raw and cut a promo, man, the crowd was like, we don't know what to do, because you just sliced your dreads off, dude.
Can I ask you something real quick?
What's up?
I'm old school wrestling, so I haven't watched it in years. Like I'm the Junkyard Dog, Hulk Hogan. That's what I grew up with. What is Money in the Bank? What's that mean? Just wondering.
So Money in the Bank is a match. It's a ladder match. There's a briefcase that hangs above the ring, and inside is a guaranteed contract for a world title match. Anytime you see fit, that you have 1 year to cash it in and become WWE champion.
You actually become the champion, or you fight for it? You wrestle for it?
You fight for it.
Yeah, so you cash in, you wrestle for it, and if you pin the guy who is the current champion, you then become the champion.
Oh, okay.
And people
Cool.
they don't just cash it in. Let's say on the premium live events, like they've done, say Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the person could be knocked out because they just lost the fight, and some people have ran out, cashed it in, been pinned it, kind of take like the coward's way out, but then they end up taking the title and holding on
Oh,
to
yeah.
it for a while. So it's brought some pretty good, pretty good storylines with it.
Oh yeah, the person that really started it all was Edge, because it's ironic because this pay-per-view, what became a ladder match is now a pay-per-view event for WWE, and the first match of it started back at WrestleMania 21, and Edge would become the first guy to win Money in the Bank. Fast forward to New Year's Revolution. The next year, after John Cena just went to hell and back in the Elimination Chamber, Vince came out and he was like, "No. We got one more match. This guy is cashing in his Money in the Bank privilege." And obviously the ref had to do his job to make sure, like, "Hey, Cena, can you compete? Can you stand up? How many fingers am I holding up?" And then it's like, ring the bell.
I think that's a great idea. I mean, I know back in the day we had like they still do steel cage matches and all that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Now at the Money in the Bank, also it's a 6-person match usually, so they do like a little tournament thing to build up to it. So you got a 6-person, no disqualification, and there's a lot of ladders because a lot of them they've been broken. Like they learned their lesson from that WrestleMania match with Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon when they only had one ladder and about broke. Like, hey, we need more ladders next time we go through this because.
Yep.
Who is the champion?
Yeah,
right
I
now
mean,
in
some of the
WWE?
matches that we've gotten over the years have just been insane.
Who's the champion right now?
The current WWE champion is John Cena. He won it for now record-setting 17th time. And
was it Hulk Hogan or who
hmm?
had the record? Who had the record before that? Was it Hulk Hogan or
Ric Flair?
Ric Flair, yeah.
Okay.
16 time, baby.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And the current world heavyweight champion, like, there's just been so many times where Vince has been so insufferable of like combining the two titles for one undisputed title. And it's like, dude, just bring up some of the young guys that, like, you saw in The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin that gave us the Attitude Era, instead of calling them up and giving them these bullshit gimmicks to bury their career. So, but the current world heavyweight champion, his name is Gunther.
Did they still have the TV title? They used to call it the TV title back in the day.
No, they don't anymore.
They don't have that anymore.
Yeah, no, so much has changed.
Yeah, I'll say I've been. And by the way, guys, I have my website sportsbible.com. If you I have a wrestling section where I just have people give me your top 10 wrestlers of all time, and I put it on there and post it up. I have a couple of the guys I've had so far. They're older guys, so they have guys I never even heard of. Like, I mean, I know Bruno Sammartino, of course, but they have a couple other guys. I'm like, who the hell is that? But I think 3 guys have done it. 2 have picked Hulk Hogan as number 1, and I think the third guy picked my gosh, I can't think it now. I can't think of the third guy just picked. Might have been Ric Flair actually was the third guy. So
yeah, that's pretty reasonable to have Ric Flair up there.
So for JT here now, this is something from my late uncle, rest his soul, and this is going off your era. It's another little collectible thing.
Oh, is that the Road Warriors?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them guys, man. God, I love the Road Warriors. I was I mean, I was into it, like WWE, NWA, the WCCW. That was the I remember the Von Erich brothers before they all like committed suicide. And there was a family called the Von Erichs. They were real good wrestlers. I mean, I was back when the Andre the Giant years with Hulk. It was crazy. Big John Studd. I mean, it was great, man. It was
crazy though. How I think it was all of them but one. I think there's one left actually, because it was like what, 5 brothers?
Yeah, I think 4.
Yeah,
They all
I
committed
saw
suicide.
that movie and I was like, dude, fuck this dad, man.
Yeah, it was
I think only one
sad.
of them that died was like, I think it was a car accident. The rest were suicide. And then there was like one remaining or something, or were they all suicide?
Yeah, the only one I can remember is like Carrie Von Erich, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's been so long, but I mean these guys are too. I remember like Junkyard Dog,
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Steamboat. I mean I could my top 10. I'm gonna put my top 10 on there eventually, but it's gonna be all from the '90s, just about. Um, I did like oh my god, how's his name? Steve Austin. I thought he was cool. My kid was young whenever he was into wrestling, so I got into it a little bit then. I never really cared much for The Rock. I think The Rock's a great actor. I like him in movies and that, but I never got to really watch him wrestle. But is wrestling still the same? Is this still McMahon? Is this still Vince McMahon?
Nah, so there was a lot of controversy with Vince McMahon backstage. They even did a Netflix thing about it.
I did watch that.
Yeah, so right now, I mean, it was honestly most of the same bullshit that they've already talked about on these A&E biography kind of things. But right now, Triple H is actually in charge of the WWE main roster, and Shawn Michaels is in charge of this brand called NXT, which is like, you know, kind of like a minor league system to the WWE main roster.
Like a development
that's cool.
brand. And honestly, watching those guys, like it's even sometimes even better watch NXT than it is some of the main shows, because think of a minor leagues, let's say hockey or
they play their
baseball.
asses off.
Everyone's
Man.
playing their ass off to get to that main roster and win over the crowd, whether they're face or the heel.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to watch.
That's cool, man. I don't put wrestling down. I basically just gave up watching it. Like I watched the 4 major sports. I wish I did watch more. Like I can't get into soccer. I admit that. Like that's the one sport I don't know if I could ever get into.
Yeah, no. So there was actually a show called on Apple TV called Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I actually might have to watch soccer. You turn it on. Okay, they're running down the field, stole the ball, running down the field, stole the ball. Oh, we got a long kick. Okay, another long kick. Why the fuck did I think I was going to get into soccer off a TV show?
I had this fat fucker I used to work with, man, and he loved soccer. He always told me, he's like, dude, soccer is so much better than hockey. And I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious? I go, in hockey, there's always action. There's a guy getting hit against the board. Even you dump it in the ice, and there's still guys skating, getting hit. And I go, dude, I watch soccer. And then what really turned me off from soccer is like the guy, like you touch a guy in the ear or whatever, and they act like they got shot by a sniper and shit. And I was just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I go out with guys all the time. Oh, they're going to be in the greatest shape. I'm like, all right, they run all day. So there's marathon runners, but they're not getting hit or not. I mean, hockey players are the hardest job in professional sports, because football, you play 17 hard games, but hockey, you're playing 82, sometimes back to back after getting pummeled. I watch what Sidney Crosby goes through. It's amazing what them guys go through, man. And they play a full season, and they love their sport. They love the sport of hockey.
I mean, you're playing 82 games a year for 20 straight years. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Then if you make a run in the playoffs, it's another 20-some games or whatever. Plus,
they're
playing over 100 games a year. For like Florida, the last couple of years, Florida's gonna be wiped by next year, because it's hard to make 2 runs like that and be. A lot of them players are going to be wiped. They're going to be like, all right, this it happened to the Penguins. They won 2 in a row with Sullivan, and they just you can't, man. You're playing an extra 30 games while other guys are golfing, going to beaches. It catches up to you, man. It does.
Oh yeah, and honestly, this is a hill that I will forever die on. Like, hockey players are the most conditioned athletes on the planet.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Like, I dare anybody from any sport to lace some skates up and get on that ice and skate for an hour and see how you're feeling afterwards.
Well, let me ask you, what do you think the most, and this is every sport, not just the main ones, which game do you think is the most physical, the most brutal, and like in all those aspects?
The
'Cause
most
for me, I
brutal
mean-
is football. It's football. I mean, brutal, but when you take in for a full season, I'll take 17 games of 17 games of high contact, but 82 games, man, of them guys are getting hit every game. It ain't like Crosby gets checked every game. I mean, he's getting hit. He's getting. So I would say, honestly, football on a game-to-game basis, but hockey on the season basis.
See, for
Oh, yeah.
me, it's none of the main ones. For me, I would have to go, and it's not as popular worldwide. It's popular in a lot of continents, but not like soccer, for example. Soccer is popular in all the continents except Antarctica because ain't shit there. But for me, I think the most, as far as physical and like brutality and all that stuff, and it had to be rugby
Oh yeah.
Gosh. Oh yeah.
Yeah, easily.
because you
Oh,
basically need the endurance of soccer, the physicality of football and hockey, and there's really no pads.
No.
No, I couldn't. It's like playing tackle football as a kid, but doing it with grown men and getting destroyed. And I don't know how many games they play a year or nothing, but I'm
Yeah.
sure they play more than football. So
Oh yeah, that honestly wouldn't surprise me in the least.
them guys get crushed. I don't know how they don't split their heads open.
Well, I'm pretty sure they do. They just probably throw a Band-Aid on it and just get right back out there.
Then they go hit at the pub at the governor after the game.
My oldest daughter got married in October. She moved to the UK, so it's funny. I talked to her husband, and it's just like, man, like sometimes I have a better idea of what an Asian person's saying to me than I do that English accent, man. I cannot hear a word they're saying. I'm like, what you say? It's horrible, man. And they're English. It's like I just can't hear it, man. Can't hear
Yeah.
it.
I agree. But all right, we're going to take our final commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to do the top 5 football movies in our opinion, and then we're going to make some major league predictions for this weekend. So without further ado, we will be right back. All right. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Now, every so often, there's nothing like a good sports movie. If you're a baseball fan, you got The Sandlot, Angels in the Outfield, Field of Dreams. The list goes on and on. If you're a basketball fan, you got Coach Carter, Glory Road, Charlie Hustle.
Forgot to show that one earlier too.
Hell yeah!
And I actually met him in Vegas.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was hungover for my deployment. And then I'm like, I couldn't sleep in, so I had my guy, let me go to Caesar's Palace. They had a bunch of forum shops, they call them. And they had a sports memorabilia stuff, and I just happened to glance over. I'm like, holy crap, that's Pete Rose outside signing autographs. So I'm like, hey, what do I got to do to get an autograph? And the guy told me, buy a picture and I'll autograph it. And at that time, I was wearing I had a throwback Phillies Mike Schmidt jersey on.
Oh,
So he signed my thing, and then all of a sudden he's like, here. So he was signing other autographs, but then he's having a conversation with me about Mike Schmidt because they were teammates. I'm like, holy crap, I'm talking baseball, Pete Rose. Holy shit.
Oh, man. That is, wow. That doesn't happen every so often.
No.
Damn.
Right place, right time. I'm glad I didn't sleep in when I was hungover because I couldn't.
Oh, yeah. Then you wouldn't have been able to meet him.
No.
That's fucking crazy.
My crazy story of meeting somebody was and you're gonna make fun of me, and I'll take this. I'll take this right on the chin. But remember you guys were real young, probably. It's 1989 or 1990. I can't remember the year now, but it was the night that Magic Johnson announced he had AIDS. Remember, it was like 89 or 90. I was at a Paula Abdul concert in Pittsburgh. My buddies owned a thing around here called Entertainment Books. They were rich, so they got a second row seats to see Paula Abdul. All of a sudden, I see this big guy come in with like a nice leather jacket on. He sits in front of me. It's Barry Bonds. It's my idol. My idol's Barry Bonds. Sits in front of me. So there's a little break in the show, and a couple guys were next to him. They got his autograph, and I leaned down, and I wear one today, but it's not the same as I had back then. I've always been number 24, so I wear a 24 charm all the time. I had a gold one back then. I leaned down and say, "Hey, Mr. Bonds, have your autograph." When I leaned down, my necklace comes out of my shirt, and this is no lie. He grabs my 24 charm and goes, "Who's your favorite player?" And he started like laughing, and I'm like, "You are." And dude, he ended up signing the thing, and it was a year before his free agency, or 2 years before his free agency. He goes, "You play baseball?" I go, "Yeah, I'm a center fielder for my high school." He goes, "Maybe you can play left field when I leave." I go, "You're not leaving." And he started just giggling. My friends were like, "He's leaving." So he left. But it was cool, man. I got to meet him at a Paula Abdul concert, which is crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
I ain't nothing embarrassing about Paula Abdul.
Well, no. But the funny part was 5 years later, he comes to PNC Park. At the time, he never played at PNC. It was his first time at PNC. And I have a Giants Bonds jersey on. And our local reporter grabs me and does an article. And it's on the front page of our sports page. And the first thing he goes like, "John Toth saw Barry Bonds at a Paula Abdul concert." So all my friends in high school were like, "Oh, Paula Abdul." They were making fun of me and stuff. But, oh, well. She was hot, man. Hot.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
She was crying.
I was never singing. Yeah.
She was crying because, she was a Lakers cheerleader. He had AIDS. It was a weird night, man. One of the weirdest nights of my life. It was just crazy. Crazy times.
I mean, hey, sometimes you never know what's going to happen in life.
No, it's true, man.
But yeah, so with the NFL season right around the corner, what better way to kick off an NFL season than listing your top 5 favorite football movies? But Mr. JT, you have the floor. What is your number 5 football movie?
Oof. Number 5. I'm a guy that likes. I like the whole. They show the whole thing about the football teams, and I'm gonna go with The Program with James Caan. I like that movie, man. It was it really showed you about like what goes on in a typical like college program and all the different things behind the wall. So I'm gonna go to Program with James Caan.
All right. Yeah, I've seen clips of that. Like, yeah, you ain't lying, and that's a hell of a good football movie. Terry, what do you have at your number 5?
Number 5, I'm gonna go with Rudy.
Ooh,
Just a
okay.
story about an underdog.
Oh yeah, good sound classic, especially like you said about an underdog. Number 5 for me, I think this is one football movie or one movie that Keanu Reeves doesn't really get enough credit for, and man, his performance in it was just so much fun to watch. But number 5, I'm going the Replacements.
Hey, you took my number 4, man. That's my I love that movie, man. I love about the strike and what went on. I mean, I don't think it's a true story by no means, but I think a lot of that stuff probably did happen during the NFL strike, like the name calling and stuff like that. But I like that movie too. I think he played that part to a T. That's my number 4.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I mean, just like it was right around the time that he did The Matrix and he started talking less and less. But I feel like in The Replacements, it was just, him being him because because he was just out there, well spoken and everything and just having a good time. And it was like,
Yeah,
yeah, I feel like that's Keanu Reeves when you compare him to some of the other movies that he's been in.
I liked it, man. It was good.
All right. Terry, what is your number 4 since we got his number 4?
Well, what's your number 5 though? Did you say it?
Yeah. It's The Replacements, and that was his number 4.
Okay. Number 4 for me would have to just another one where it's based on a true story, and basically all of them are based on true stories. Would have to be the tragedy when for We Are Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a great movie too, man.
Yeah, definitely a great movie, and ironically, my number 4. But yeah, I mean, that movie was just so tragic when you saw the story about what happened, and but I mean, the fact that they wanted to continue the football program after that happened, and they bring in Matthew McConaughey as their head coach, it was like, damn, because they were just, it was so hard to watch, and the people of that town were just like, man, we can't have this go on just because of what happened. But then we get a history lesson, and hey, if Marshall had discontinued their football program, we probably wouldn't have gotten Randy Moss.
True. That's true, man.
Mm-hmm. But going from number 4 to number 3, I first watched this when I was just a freshman in high school, and man, just when I thought, like when you hear, if you watch The Big Bang Theory, and Sheldon talking about his dad, how much he loves football, how much Texas loves football, it's one of those things that you got to see to believe. And man, did this movie show me otherwise. Number 3, I got to go Friday Night Lights.
Another good one, man. Real good one.
Oh yeah,
They did a great job on that. The way they show the kids. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, Pittsburgh used to be like that, like Texas. Texas is a hot spot now, but Pittsburgh used to be like that back in the day with Marino, Montana. We had some studs come out of here, but it's not like that around here anymore.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely hard. But what is your number 3 football movie, JT?
All right, any movie where a guy goes, and I like Vicky, and she likes me back, and she showed me her boobies. I like them. I love the Waterboy, man. That's just like Adam Sandler is like if I had a Mount Rushmore of like people I want to just sit down and talk to, like Eddie Vedder, Adam Sandler, guys like that. Adam Sandler is one of my favorites. Just and that I know the movie's sort of goofy and stupid, but I love that movie, man. Waterboy.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely a top 10 football movie right there. I mean, it's so good, and like, I mean, come on, you can't beat college football.
That was so good.
Oh yeah, Terry, what is your number 3?
I would have to go with, because I'm 2 hours away from them. I'll have to go with Friday Night Lights. They come here every other year to play Central High School out here where I live right now, currently in San Angelo. So, so they're in the same division.
Oh damn! Damn! Wow, that is wow.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. All right, so for my number 2, this one had The Rock in it, and the more that I went back to watch it, the more that it was like, you know what? There's so much going on with some of these kids being involved with gang-related stuff that they think that there's no outlet for them to express some of the rage and anger. Like, yeah, there's going to be rivalries in football, but it's on football teams, and there's no bloodshed. It showed that people from different places can come together, be teammates, and be happy being teammates. Number 2, I'm going Gridiron Gang.
That's a good one too, man. There's a lot. I didn't realize this until I started looking into them tonight about some of the movies I forgot that I saw. But football ain't too far behind baseball. I still think baseball has better overall movies than football, but football ain't that bad, man. That's right there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you look at the baseball movies and football movies that have come out. I mean, they're practically neck and neck.
Yeah, Field of Dreams is like my ultimate, but I get it, man. There's some really good football movies.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my all-time favorite baseball movie is going to be The Sandlot.
Oh, that's right there. That'd be 1B or 2 for me. That's a great movie, also.
Oh yeah, but JT, what is your number 2 football movie?
I'm going. Give me Al Pacino as a head coach, man. Give me Any Given Sunday, man. I love that movie. James Woods, Cameron Diaz, Jamie Foxx, LL Cool J. I thought it was a really well done professional football movie. It was just Al Pacino as a head coach is just his voice screaming at guys is priceless.
Mhm.
I'll take that every day of the week.
Nah, I can completely agree to that. And on top of that, you had Jim Brown, I believe, as the defensive coordinator, and Lawrence Taylor as one of the defensive players. And it was like, Jesus, this is star-studded.
Yeah, 1999. I can't believe it's been that long. It's been that long. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love that movie, man. If it's on, it's one of the movies. If it's on, it's like Step Brothers. I could watch it 900 times. I'm gonna watch it if it's on. Just keep watching.
Hell yeah, I completely agree. Terry, you're number 2.
So this one, it's about half football and about half of your faith, and it's about the greatest walk-on in college football history. I forget his first name. His last name is Bullsworth.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Greater.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good movie, man. I just watched that recently. That was good.
Oh yeah, I've seen clips of it on TikTok and everything like that. I'm like, damn, what movie is this? I gotta watch it.
It's like basically from him as a child up until time of his passing, but they it does a lot of back and forth because it goes off present time because it's going to start out obviously after what happened, unfortunately, but then it goes like back and forth, skipping to kind of keep you. It keeps you going, like kind of like hopping around and everything. But it's it's almost
a tearjerker. Oh, it's definitely a tearjerker, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like his dad, or it was his stepdad, wasn't it? I think it was his mom's husband. I think it was his stepdad that was like, if I ain't mistaken, or was it his real dad? I can't remember now, but I think
it was his real dad.
Okay, that's right. Because he's
like talking about the drunk.
Yeah, that's right. Because his kid was like heavy. He didn't think his kid could do anything. He was like shocked that he wanted to try football. It was just it's a very good movie, man.
Was it Neil? What's his older brother that they thought it was his dad because of the age difference?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Neil, was it McDonough?
I can't remember, but I'm getting. I've watched it a while ago, but I remember watching it and I was like, this definitely was a tearjerker, man. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I'd have to definitely watch that. Like when you see clips of it,
you might change your top 5 with it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I just got to figure out what the name is, and then it's home.
Greater.
Oh, Greater. Okay.
I just said it.
No. Like when you said it, I was like, okay, that's the name. Got it.
Shoot me a message anytime, just in case you forget again.
All right, for sure. Yeah, for me, this is definitely a little biased because I grew up watching this movie, and man, oh man, this was during the time where segregation was real heavy in the state of, I believe, West Virginia or Virginia, and just these two coaches come together, bring all these players together to be one unit, and man, just in my opinion, there's no topping this movie. But number one, I'm going Remember the Titans.
That's a good one. That was, you're right, man. Segregation was, I mean, none of us really got to live in that, thank goodness. I mean, I was 74, I was born, so I mean, I was coming off, I guess. It was pretty much all said and done by then. But I mean, you watch some of these movies, it's like, it's amazing what some of these guys went through, what some of these teams went through. Some of the
Yeah,
guys that stood up
and
and
yeah, I mean, even when he was bringing him up to camp, and he was like, "No, y'all, whoever I pick, whether you're offense or defense, whether you're this color, that color, that's who your roommate is going to be during the time that we're at camp." And I'm like, I ain't mad at that.
no, it was good, man. It was, and plus Denzel Washington, just a star.
Oh yeah, no, his performance in that was just straight up phenomenal. But JT, what is your number one football movie?
Well, I know, but I'm gonna get a lot of shit back on this because I know it's like one of the movies that people either love or they hate. I love it because I'm all about the draft. I'm all about the draft. It's all I do in my life is get ready for drafts and all four sports. Draft day, I watch it every year right before the NFL draft just to refresh it. And Kevin Costner makes some trades as a Cleveland Browns GM and gets the guy that he wanted originally, and it's just a great. I love the way they get behind the scenes. They show the phone calls to the teams, and that's one of my goals in life is to go into a war room. I want to be in one war room before I die, and I think that movie shows. I mean, it was far fetched. Don't get me wrong, but I love the whole movie, and plus I love Jennifer Garner. She's cute. But I like that movie. I like the drafts.
Yeah, I mean, I like the draft too, but for me, it just really didn't hit the way that Moneyball hit. You know,
Yeah, I
it's
get
like
it.
we got to see what was going on behind the scenes, but at the same time, it was like the A's were working with less than $1 million type of payroll. But I mean, hey, if you like it, more power to you.
Yeah, it's a movie that I watch every single. I go out of my way to watch it every year, so that to me I got to put it number one because there's no other football movie I'll go out of my way to watch every time, you know. But I know it's not the. I probably thinking about it now. I mean, even like Brian's song, I would have put it in there usually. You know, that's another one that about Brian Piccolo and Gil Sayers. That's another tearjerker. There's so many movies out there we haven't even named, but that's Draft Day is my number one.
All right. Well, hey, fair. And like I said, hey, if you like it, more power to you, man. But anyways, Terry, what is your number one football movie?
I think if Andrew was here, he'd probably belittle JT. Say that's crazy talk. I'm gonna go eat yogurt now. I'm so pissed off.
Something hit last minute, so it was, you know what, hey,
I got ripped on last night for not liking pasta, them motherfuckers.
Unfortunately, he did because it was like, bro, pasta is literally just the same type of noodles made different ways with just two different sauces.
I know. It's boring.
He's gonna blow his top one of these days, and we're all gonna be there to see it. But for my number one, same thing. Like I said, all my list was true stories. And goes back to the whole segregation thing, as James mentioned earlier. So without a doubt, I'd say top football movie for me is Remember the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you ever want to see something close to it, but the basketball version of it, because it was the same thing, it was around the same era, 60s and all that time frame, maybe early 70s, and it would have to be Glory Road.
Oh, I've heard so many good things.
I think I've seen that. I just can't remember who was in that.
It was about the. They were called a different team then, but they're modern day UTEP.
Yeah.
So it was about their basketball team beating. Or did they beat them? I'm trying to remember. They basically were playing Pat Riley's. Oh no, it was Kentucky. Kentucky Wildcats they were playing, and the star player for the Wildcats team of that year was Pat Riley.
Oof.
Oh,
But this coach, legendary coach for Kentucky, and keep in mind all the players at that time for Kentucky were white.
Mm-hmm.
And then after they got, I believe if I'm not mistaken, they end up beating them. And
Yeah. Let's see.
that's yeah.
Texas Miners, after being appointed a new head coach, Texas Miners Don Haskins decided to build a team based on talent rather than race. Yeah, so the Texas Miners was the team, and they were like the first black lineup basketball lineup.
They mixed them up, but yeah, for that championship game, it was they didn't start any of the white players, and the white players were like, okay, well that's cool because he wanted to prove a point.
Yeah,
And then I guess the following year, after they beat Kentucky, that coach from Kentucky decided to recruit his first black basketball player.
yeah. The 1966 NCAA tournament.
Did they end up winning that one, or was that I couldn't remember if they won or lost against Kentucky? Did it say?
Surrounding the events leading to the 1970 or 1966 NCAA basketball championship. I'm looking on Wikipedia, and it's not saying if they won or lost. I might have to.
But yeah, that is a good movie.
Oh yeah,
And also what James Fender's saying over here too, with Hoosiers.
Hoosiers a good one, man.
oh yeah. For me, I'm gonna have to go with Coach Carter. That's definitely a good one.
That's a good one too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like Gridiron Gang, some of these kids are just mixed up in a lot of gang-related stuff, just trying to be something that they're not. And it's like they find sports like basketball or football as an outlet, and the coach just wants them to be a better version of themselves.
I'm trying to think what other basketball movies there were where it was actually kind of supposed to be like a serious or drama movie, because it seems like a lot of them were either just overly exaggerated or comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the one with Ray Allen or whatever? I think Ray Allen was in one.
Oh, you might be thinking of like He Got Game or something like that.
Yeah, something like a For Love of the Game or something like that. Yeah, that was actually a decent basketball movie. But I think you're right. I mean, my favorite basketball movie, and I'm a humorous guy. I love Semi-Pro, man. Give me Will Ferrell. Give me
Hell yeah! Hey, no crazy talk here. That is a good one.
Everybody love everybody. That's awesome, man.
SMIC, I'll murder your family.
When they're about to go to commercial break, but they're all standing still, nobody was fighting.
They started
like, all right, we're off
the air. The movie starts off with him. He don't even have a he's playing Will Ferrell, but he's doing the announce. He's like, from Bosnia, 6'9" and ugly as shit. And I was like, that's the funniest shit, man.
His wife's hot as hell, though.
I gotta go.
So good.
All right.
Y'all
sounds good, man. Enjoy your night.
Nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you.
Bye-bye. Take it easy. All right, so we just got some Major League predictions, and that'll wrap up the show for tonight. So starting things off, we got the Miami Marlins heading into Washington to take on the Nationals.
Let's talk about two teams that are sort of in a little bit of disarray. I mean, Miami's a team that, if you think Pittsburgh, I think Pittsburgh has trouble talent. Like, look at their lineup. Miami's just got a bunch of young guys or retreads, and I'll take the Nationals to win the series this weekend. I think they have a little. Baseball's hard to predict because I mean anything can happen in a series. But I like the Nationals right now. What they're doing. I think they got a better roster, better team. I just watched the Marlins just played the Pirates this past homestand at PNC, and I wasn't impressed with them at all.
Oh yeah, no, I'll definitely take the Nationals as well. They've built a good team ever since they let Juan Soto go, and those picks have definitely paid off in the end since he left.
Yeah, and they got to get like I mean, Dylan Cruz is starting to come on a little bit. And that's the guy. Being honest, and I'll swallow the sword on this. When the Pirates had the #1 pick a couple years ago, I was a Dylan Cruz guy. I would have taken Cruz over Skeens for the fact that Pirates don't have no outfield. They have Brian Reynolds and Andrew McCutcheon's a DH now. We have no other outfielder on the team. So I was like, oh, we need an outfielder. But I mean, it worked out with Skeens, of course. But no matter what with the Pirates, either of these guys will be gone. So they're both
No,
they're
yeah,
both
no.
gone.
Unfortunately, yeah, you ain't lying. But next up, we got Game 2 of the Pittsburgh Pirates heading back into Wrigley Field to take on the Cubs.
Well, actually, it's be Game 3 now.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, Cubs won Game 1, then the Pirates won today.
Oh yeah.
They won today 2-1 with Skeens. They didn't score runs for Skeens again, so Skeens got another no decision today.
Oh man, that's such a bummer.
5 innings, gave up no runs against. His ERA is down to 1.74. Having said that, I would not be. It's 1-1. They play 2 more games. I'd have no. I could see the Cubs winning the next 2 and just winning 3-1. I mean, they're 42-28. They're 13.5 ahead of the Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
You just got past Skeens and Andrew Haney. I mean, the Pirates have been getting great pitching from like Bailey Falter and them, but I just can't see weekend Cubs fans Wrigley Field. I think the Cubs take the next 2.
Yeah, I think the Cubs will do take the next 2 as well, especially when you're at Wrigley, because their fans are just some of the best fans in baseball. So you already know it's going to be loud in there.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be sold out. I mean, the Pirates don't get to play in front of sold out crowds unless there's bobblehead or not even when Skeens pitches, they don't even sell out no more. The Pirates have some problems, man. There's no doubts, but I think the Cubs can make a big statement here. They're 5 games up on the Brewers. They need these 2 wins, and I think they can get them. I mean, they only lost 2-1 today in extra innings, so they're gonna play the Pirates close no matter what.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a fun game to watch, and I for one can't wait to watch it. Next up, we got the Tampa Bay Rays heading into Citi Field to take on the Mets.
Oof. Tell you what, man, you got to give the Rays some love. 36-32 with they do it all the time, man. They get winning. This is the part that kills me. They're a small market team that finds ways to win, and I'm tired of the excuses used here and some of the other towns. But that being said, they got to play. Well, they're playing tonight plus the next 2. So out of the 3 games, I think the Mets take at least 2 out of 3. Not knowing what the score is from tonight's game. And the Mets might have won tonight. I don't know, but I think that I think the Mets are that good, man. They're that good. I give the Rays credit. They're only 6.5 out of the Yankees.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially with the lineup that they have too.
Especially with that division. Even I know Baltimore's shit in the bed this year, 27-40, but you're still playing against every team in that division has talent. Baltimore has a ton of talent. They just ain't winning.
Yeah.
Toronto's 38-31. Boston's 34-36. And I think Boston's giving us glimpses what they're going to be like in a couple of years. They're going to be a juggernaut again because I mean these young guys that are calling up are all legit. So, but I do like the Mets. I think the Mets are going to win the series.
Yeah. Honestly, I think if the Mets keep this lineup with what they have right now, like it might be a hot minute before they go on a bit of a losing streak.
I agree with that. I mean, for them to even bounce back from losing. Think about it. They lost their highest paid guy in team history with Wander Franco. I mean, they literally had a shortstop that they thought they were going to build a team around, and he got, of course, he got in trouble. And for them to rebound like they have this year, I mean, they just always seem to be that team they'll be hanging around the wild card at the end of the year, which is amazing to me. Every year they do this.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they can actually pack out the stands this time versus last year.
Oh, Well, they're playing. They're playing about that. I forget what was it 12,000 or something. It's something. It's a small minor league stadium they're playing in. So
Yeah, they're playing at they're actually playing at the Yankee Spring Training Stadium because of
George Steinbrenner, right? George Steinbrenner Field or whatever the hell it's called.
because the hurricane took the roof off of their stadium in St. Petersburg.
Yeah,
So
I heard that was a joke of a field, anyways, from what people told me. I've been there. It was like a joke of a dome. Like it was
I
terrible.
mean, I've been there a few times and I like it.
I drove past it when I went to Bradenton to see the Pirates. I mean, it looked like this looked like a big white bubble. It was didn't get to go in there, but I mean, I'm just I think if they can get a new stadium built, and I think they got a nice organization. Whatever they're doing something right.
Yeah, honestly though, I think so they got some money. They got some money approved to build a new roof. I think if they build a retractable roof to let some sunshine in, kind of like what Seattle, Toronto, Miami, all those teams that have like a retractable roof. If Tampa can do the same thing like that, then I think they'll be drawing in a bit of a bigger crowd.
Yeah, because you heard the reason why they have why they have a dome, right? People have said it like during baseball games that if they didn't have a roof, teams would you never be able to take batting practice. It rains in Florida like literally almost the same time. Like they always get that rain. You ever know? I went to Florida, like they get that shower like at 5:30, 6 o'clock, then it goes away, and
Yeah.
that's the reason they got the domer. They said is because they would get rained on every day if they had no dome. So it's weird to think that in Florida, but they get that like afternoon, evening shower. I know when I went to Bradenton with my stay with my cousin, it rained almost the same exact time every day, but it was beautiful at night. It's like the craziest thing.
Oh yeah. Nah, I mean, I've been to Florida so many times. It's like anytime you can just like smell it in the air.
Yep,
You've been there or even lived there for so long. You can tell how much time you have to get just like a certain amount of errands done before you got to get home and the storm hits.
Yeah, and you get that like 20-minute storm, and it ain't nothing to joke about. But then it goes away, and the sun comes out, and it's like nothing happened.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely crazy. Next came up though. This team has a little bit of talent, but the owner and I want to say the front office just doesn't know what to do with it. But it's definitely there. They just need some more veteran players as the Oakland Athletics head into Kansas City to take on the Royals.
You're right about that. I mean, I think they got some good young talent. When they move to Vegas, man, they're gonna have some money. That teams in the West got to watch out, man, because the A's can turn this around pretty quick once they get to Vegas. The money's there, the situation will help them out, and I do like the Royals. Though. I love Bobby Witt Jr.
Oh yeah,
I think he might be the best player in baseball, or one of the top a handful. I mean, I know Aaron Judge. People think that, but I think Bobby Witt, what he does for his team is he's an MVP type player. So I'm gonna go Royals just because. The A's are 26-44. I'm not putting no money on the A's. That's for sure.
Nah, I'll agree to that. I mean, yeah, like you said, the Royals have some real good talent that they can build around. They just called up Caglione from their minor league system. They have Pasquantino at first base right now, and it's like they got the right pieces. They just need to find the other right guys to give them that playoff push again.
Yeah, and the good news is they're in a division where, like you saw it with the Tigers this year, but like Guardians, Twins, Royals, the White Sox still are a couple years away, of course, but they're in a division where they could have a big run and have a year where they win a division. There's not a team that I think is going to win it year in and year out. I think Detroit's playing out of their mind right now. That's why they're ahead what they are. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They're 10.5 out right now, Casey. I would not be surprised if they could put a little run together and the Tigers maybe come back down to earth. It might get a little closer in the Central.
Yeah, I mean, we still got plenty of baseball left to be played, and we still have a second half of the season left to go.
Yep, a lot of time.
Oh yeah, but yeah, we'll see what happens. arguably one of, if not the best rivalry in baseball, as the Yankees are heading into Fenway Park to take on the Red Sox.
Oof. I'll tell you what. I'm going to take the Red Sox this weekend. I'm going to take the fact that Robin Anthony he's getting more and more at bats. He's getting more comfortable at the plate. The young guys are getting up here now. I think there's a little bit of excitement in the lineup. I know how that goes, and I'm gonna say the Red Sox are gonna take their monies, but they're 19-17 at home. Which they're a lot worse on the road. I'm gonna take the Red Sox this weekend. I'll take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, just me being me, and I don't want to stay biased or anything like that. But I mean, the Yankees, when you compare the two teams on paper, I just look at it like the Yankees have the better lineup, top to bottom, and yeah. So I'm gonna go with the Yankees. I think the Red Sox will get one. What is this? A 4-game series or?
I'm not sure if they play Thursday or not. They play Thursday. I'm not.
They might have. Let me check.
Thursday's usually. I think no, they were off Thursday. They were off.
Okay, yeah, the Yankees Thursday got done getting a
games.
season sweep on Kansas City.
And that's the one thing I don't know if people realize that, there's only 2 days off on a baseball week, usually it's Monday or Thursday. Like if you have a series, like Mondays or Thursdays, the only days off. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no matter who you are, you're playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then Monday is a day you could have off, but you play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday if you're off Monday. But if you play Monday, you're Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you could be off Thursday. So it's funny because my wife always like the Pirates play tonight. I'm like, hon, it's Friday. Like they're gonna play every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Major league teams don't get off on the weekends, so
yeah,
it's a unique thing.
Yeah, but hey, look, I'll say this: there's nothing better than a good old fashioned weekend baseball game.
Oh, so I mean that's what the fans want, man. You can come out to the field. I mean, I love weekend baseball games, especially in a nice summer day when it's, hopefully tomorrow we can both watch this Cubs Pirates game. I mean, I think I'm not sure if it's a night game or a day game tomorrow, but it'll be
should be a day game. I think around 12:20 my time.
So that would be 1 o'clock my time,
or 2 o'clock? No, 2:30 your time.
Okay, that's right. 2:30.
Yeah,
that's about right. They always play like weird like 2 o'clock games because I'm used to. Because like when we play you guys at home, it's always like a 6:40 game or whatever, and then so it'd be what, like 8 or be at 8:40 there, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, you're behind us. You'd be like 4:30.
Yeah. Yeah, because
you're behind us. I've always put the east. The sun rises in the east, so we're always gonna be ahead of you with the time.
Yep. Anyways, we got a Fox game on for this one. We got the San Diego Padres visiting Chase Field to take on the Diamondbacks.
That's a good one. The Padres are like, I know that's what Terry was saying too. They're a hard team to predict, but they're 38-29. I mean, their team that wins are 2 games out. Diamondbacks are right behind. That division's amazing, minus the Rockies. I mean,
for sure.
All the teams are right there. So you said San Diego is going to Arizona.
Yep.
And it's funny you say that 18-17 at home, Arizona 17-17 on the road. So it's basically even swap when you look at the records. I'll take San Diego to take 2 out of 3. They're only 2 games out of first, so every game is big to them right now. They're 1 game behind the Giants, 2 games behind the Dodgers. Them 3 teams are putting on a show. They might be that year again where 3 teams in that division get 100 wins. It's hard to say that, but it could happen.
It really could happen. And despite the Diamondbacks hat that I have on, I'm definitely going to go with the Padres as well. Arizona, they got a good team, but right now, San Diego, they just have a better team.
Yeah, their lineup is, I mean, they were that one team besides, Dodgers, Mets, the Red Sox, regular teams that would always go out and get the free agents. They were a surprise team, like 4 or 5 years ago that went out and, got the Tatises. They went out and just paid money for everybody. And They got a nice lineup, man. They got a nice team. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, the Dodgers start off the year so rough, and now they're 41-28. So they're just annihilating teams right now, which is crazy to me.
Oh yeah. Anyways, next game up, we got the Cleveland Indians heading into Seattle to take on the Mariners.
Oh, you said the Indians. You got to pay $1 into the fine.
They're always going to be the Indians to me. I don't care what anyone says.
I hear you. Guardians is a rough one to get. It's a rough one to swallow for me. Like, they should have been cool, like Utah Hockey, calling themselves the Mammoth. That's a great name, the Mammoth.
Oh,
That might be one of the best names. But you said Cleveland's going in to play Seattle.
Yeah.
Teams are about even on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland got a couple more wins. I'm gonna go Seattle. Let's go with the home team here. Seattle actually has a little bit better record on the road, so I think they're gonna up their home record. They're 2-8 in their last 10. They've been struggling, so maybe they're gonna turn it around this weekend against Cleveland.
Oh yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna have to go Seattle as well. I mean, you have one of the best catchers in the game right now who's on pace to keep pace with Judge in home runs, and they have their guy Julio Rodriguez. They got a good veteran, Randy Rosarena, to help back him up and kind of show him the way. So yeah, I see no reason why Seattle shouldn't take this game.
Yeah, I think it'd be good too. I mean, you're talking about Cal Raleigh,
Yeah.
Raleigh. Kyle Raleigh. I always get his name mixed up, but yeah, that dude's jacking the ball. I mean, Seattle was like a fun. I don't know if you ever had them teams when you're growing up. You sort of like I had Griffey and they had Griffey Jr. and all that. Like Seattle was always that team that, like, yeah, he was always that. They were always that team out west. Back in the day, National League didn't play American Leagues, but I always have an American League team I rooted for, and I like Seattle, so I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Hell yeah! Next game up, we got the Cincinnati Reds, who decent, not gonna lie, but they're going into Comerica Park to take on the Tigers.
Oof. Man, I'll tell you what, that's a game with a lot. That's a series with a lot of good young players. I mean, that's De La Cruz from the Reds, and they got some good young guys. But I can't. Let's see. I'm gonna see what the Tigers are in their last 10. Are they playing good ball? Their ball right now. They're both 6-4 in their last 10. Both teams. Man, Detroit's 23-9 at home. I think that's the best record in baseball at home. If I had money and put it on the table, I'm taking Detroit, man. I'm going to go with the numbers. 23-9 at home is nothing to joke about. I mean, and they're 22-16 on the road. That team is playing some good ball, man.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna go Detroit.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go Detroit as well. I mean, everything you said just nail on the head. They got some really great talent, and a lot of things lie, but numbers never do. And with them being 23-9 at home, there's no reason you shouldn't bet on that.
I don't see anybody even. I'm trying to see if there's any teams that are even 27-7 are the Mets. So that tells you the two best teams in baseball got the best, the best records at home. It makes a lot of sense. Then you got the Rockies are 7-27 at home. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Anyways, we got the LA Angels of Anaheim going into Baltimore to take on the Orioles.
Oof. Man, the Orioles are just struggling right now. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They're starting to play a little bit better. Angels over 7-3. Orioles, I don't understand the Orioles fall from grace that fast. I mean, Gunnar Henderson. I guess the reason was, and people said it going into spring training, Baltimore did not go out and get pitchers or try to improve their pitching staff, and I think that's what's it's nailing them now. And Baltimore's one of them teams. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but sometimes teams have too many good young prospects, and then they try to mess around with them, try to change their positions. I mean, they have they've already traded a couple of them, Norby to Miami, and they traded Billy Cook to the Pirates. And other than Gunnar Henderson, like even Holiday really hasn't done much. The other kid, Jackson Holiday, and I'm gonna go Angels just on what I just said. I think the Angels Angels are only 4.5 odds, so they're starting to smell the first place in that division. They're tied with the Mariners for second place right now. So let's go with the Angels.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with the Angels as well. Like I honestly didn't expect them to be this good this year.
No,
Like
they're actually overperforming. There's no doubt.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they're usually either a 500 team or just below average.
And
Like
they
there's
did their
really just no in between.
and they did their yearly thing, but they just called up Christian Moore. They call up these rookies. They call up first round picks faster than any team I've ever seen in my life.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
they did a couple years in a row where they called a guy up the same year he got drafted. But this Christian Moore, take a look at him. I did a lot of stuff on him last year for the draft stuff I was doing. He's a good second baseman from Tennessee. So um, let's see. That's gonna be an interesting division going forward. I don't think Houston's that dominant, so I think it's gonna be a up in the air kind of division.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll see how the AL West plays out, but yeah, right now that division is anybody's ball game.
Yep.
Next up though, we got the Toronto Blue Jays heading into Citizens Bank to take on the Phillies.
Oh, the Phillies. How are you?
Mhm.
You a Phillies guy?
No, definitely Yankees. I was born and raised in Jersey, grew up a Yankees fan, and then we moved out to Chicago for 15 years. And my mom came up with like the whole, oh hey, yeah, we're living in a different place, but hey, if you want to support the home team, aka the Chicago Cubs, just make sure you know who to root for if the Cubs and Yankees were to play each other. Yeah, the Yankees, obviously.
Yeah. I
So,
I like the Phillies are one of them teams. I know they're my cross state rival, but I don't have the same hate for the Phillies like I do for the Flyers. I hate the Flyers. They don't even bring up a. If I see somebody with a Flyers jersey on, I'm saying something to them. The Eagles don't bother me either. Um, I'm gonna go Phillies here. I think the Phillies they've been winning without Bryce. They're a team that always finds a way to win, man. I'm gonna take the Phillies. They're 5 out right now. I would not be shocked to see them start to push the Mets here. I think it's gonna be a good. It's gonna get down to the wire here by the end of the year. I think the Phillies are gonna give them a run for the Mets.
yeah, I'm definitely going the Phillies as well. I mean, if the Phillies can find a run at the right time, yeah, it'll definitely come down to one of the two teams. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, we got the Chicago White Sox taking on the Texas Rangers.
Oof. Boy, the White Sox have surprised me a little bit. I know they're 23-46, but they've won some games lately. That have shocked me. I mean, they were so bad last year, but then you're looking at Colorado now. They weren't. No, Colorado is going to set every record, I think, but they're 13-55, which is just horrible. Rangers are another team. They're only 5.5 out. They're 33-36, but that West is so wide open. They're 5.5 out. So Texas is still really in the run. Did you say it's at Texas?
It's at Texas, yeah.
I'm gonna go Texas. They have a 20-13 at home. They're complete opposite on the road. They can't win on the road. They win at home. And the White Sox are 7-28 on the road. So if I'm like I said, if I had money, I'd have bet I'm taking Texas.
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely taking Texas as well. This next game, hopefully Atlanta doesn't turn into Miami because Jesus, I was not expecting that when this team came to Miami. But the Colorado Rockies are heading into Atlanta to take on the Braves.
I mean, gosh, I'd have to be. You'd have to check me at the door if I pick Colorado here. I mean, I know Atlanta ain't playing good ball right now. They're 2-8 in their last 10, but I'd be shocked if Atlanta can't at least win 2 out of 3.
Oh yeah, no, I'd definitely be shocked as well. Yeah, definitely going to take Atlanta in this one. Next up, we got the Minnesota Twins heading into Minute Maid Park to face the Houston Astros.
This actually could be this could be one of the best series of the weekend, besides maybe the Red Sox Yankees kind of thing. Astros, we just talked about, they have a 4.5 game lead. I just seen them play Pittsburgh last week or the week before. wasn't real. They took 2 out of 3 from us, but I didn't think they were that good. Their lineup wasn't that great. Twins are another one of them teams that have some young players, man. That division could be really good in the future with KC, Cleveland, Minnesota, Detroit. I mean, I think they're all 4 of them teams are on the right path. I'm gonna take the Twins.
Yeah. Honestly, I could see the Twins as well. The Astros really haven't been themselves in like the last 3 years. But the Twins, they definitely got some talent. So it wouldn't surprise me if the Twins were to take the series.
I agree. I totally agree.
All right, second to last game, we got the St. Louis Cardinals heading into Milwaukee to take on the Brew Crew.
That's a big one. I mean, you're a Cubs fan, so these are the 2 teams that are fighting right now behind them. They're 5. Brewers are 5 games back. The Cardinals are 5.5 back.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals are sort of having a little bit of a revival this year because last year they were bad.
Yeah. On top of that, though, the Cardinals have lost 5 straight right now.
Yeah, 3-7 in their last 10. You say it's at Milwaukee or at St. Louis?
It's at Milwaukee.
I think the Brewers are one of them teams that have underperformed. I know they're 37-33, but I think they're talented, man. I think their lineup. I hate playing the Brewers. Like every time the Pirates play in Milwaukee, I hate that. I just hate that field. It's like almost like one of them places where you know something bad's gonna happen to your team. I'm gonna take Milwaukee. I think if there's one team in that division that could give the Cubs a run, it's Milwaukee.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, like you said, the Brewers definitely have a great team that could possibly give Chicago a run for its money. But yeah, I see no reason at home why Milwaukee should lose this game.
Yeah, Jackson Shorey is one of the best young guys in the game. People got to take a look at him. That dude does a little bit of everything too. Steals bases, hits homers. He's an exciting young player.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to be the face of that franchise real soon.
Oh, definitely.
But it's weird that this game is on FS1. The Padres and Diamondbacks are on Fox, yet this game is on the MLB network that should be on Fox or FS1. It's a rivalry built over the course of time since both teams were even in New York. Whew! As the San Francisco Giants head into LA to take on the Dodgers.
Oh, that is the best games of the weekend. That's even better than the Yankees Red Sox there. Especially the way the Giants are playing right now.
Oh yeah, and this is definitely a series that the Dodgers need to take most of the games from if they want to keep first place.
And it's at LA, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Man, dude, you want to talk about even? They're 1 game back. Dodgers are 23-11 at home. The Giants are 22-11 at home. The Dodgers are 18-17 on the road. The Giants are 18-18. There's even I've never seen 2. They're not even at every category. Did they play Thursday?
Good question.
Let's see, Giants schedule.
No, they were. Wow. Actually, they did, and they lost to the Rockies.
Okay, they didn't play. The Giants and Dodgers didn't play though.
No.
Okay, so that's a 3-game series. I don't know what the game's only getting started now, so it ain't like we have a way to see what the game is tonight. Geez, if the Giants take 2 out of 3, that's a tied division at the end of the weekend. Dude, there's a chance. Oh no, it couldn't happen. I was gonna say there's a chance that the Padres sweep and there could be a 3-way tie for first end of the weekend, but I don't think it can happen. God, I hate going with the Dodgers. I'm gonna go Giants 2 out of 3, and they tie the division.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna have to go with the Giants as well. And I mean, if San Diego does their job in Arizona, look out.
Yeah, so actually they could. Yeah, if the The Dodgers win 1, they'd be 42-28. Giants win 2, they'd be 42-29. And then the Padres win all 3, they'd be 41-20. Man, that could be some crazy shit. They'd be a half game out of first.
Oh yeah.
That would be sort of nice to see. But that's a good division, man. The Giants are the team with the least amount of payroll out of them 3 teams. They're finding ways to win.
Wow. Damn, that's crazy. But that is the final game, and that is all the time that we have for tonight's show. I want to thank you again for being able to come on and talk some sports. If you ever want to come on again, you're more than welcome to, my man. You don't even have to ask. I'll just send you the link, and hey, if you don't make it, no worries.
Is your show every Friday night?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like I work overtime tomorrow, but usually I'm either drinking or doing something Friday nights. But I had to only have 1 beer tonight because I gotta get up at 4:15. But no, honestly I'm one of the best things that's happened since I rejuvenated Sports Bible was the guys I've met. You, Andrew, Chris. I think these guys have a really good combination. I'm happy. If people are out there listening, Sunday night I'm starting my draft storm. It's gonna be an NHL one this week, but it's gonna be every week is gonna be talking about the draft, whether it's hockey, basketball, baseball, football, and it's gonna talk about certain players, who's gonna be the number 1 pick, and stuff like that. And we'll have certain weeks where we pick a team and decide maybe who they should draft or what they need to go after, stuff like that. So look for the draft storm coming up. And James, I'm going to have you on mine as well because I have a thing on Wednesday nights. I don't know what your Wednesday nights are like, but it's called Sports on the Hump. Where it's Sports on the Hump, man. It's we make it to Wednesday of the week, and then we talk about sports, anything random Wednesday nights. So
Hell yeah, dude, I'm down.
Love to have you on Sports on the Hump, man. Any way I can say hump and get away with it, I just like it. So, camel, so.
Hell yeah, man, I'm totally down. But hey, again, thank you for being able to come on to the show, man. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Hey, you too. Thanks, brother.
All right. Peace. All right. So that was my special guest host, Mr. JT of Sports Vival. Yeah, like he said, be sure to catch him every Sunday night. Real fun guy to hang out with. He's come on to Villains the podcast, and we're always just having a good time. And if you're not a fan of pasta, then but again, the weekend is coming up. Obviously, stay safe, do your thing, know your limits, and most importantly, the important thing is don't end up in the hospital or in jail. But if you do end up in jail, call somebody whose phone number you have memorized. And then after that, make sure you establish dominance quickly. All right? Right. But again, have fun. Know your limits, but have fun. Until then, that is all the time that we have today for today's episode of No Mercy Sports. I will see y'all next week. Peace